Okay, here's the new method we're going to use to keep the machine clean and free from excessive storage. We're going to use offsite storage, and the storage is going to be in the Google Cloud. And as you can see, I have added a new storage account to this instance of CloudBerry. This is called CloudBerry Explorer for Google Storage, and this is one of my Google Storage accounts. So what I've done is I've connected this storage account to CloudBerry, the CloudBerry instance that's on this VPS, and this VPS is 198.1.2.107.247. And what I've done, since this is the RFR, the Ranking Factory Revolution server, I have created an well, I'll need to rename this because I misspelled it. And I'll just delete that and we'll start over. So I'll create a new bucket here, and I'm going to go with regional, North America, and South Carolina. And the name of the bucket is going to be RFR document storage. Okay, so we created that, and I'm going to give it the proper permissions, and that is going to be full control for the owner, which owns this instance of CloudBerry. Okay, we're going to apply that to all subfolders and files. And we'll click OK. Alright, now we're all set. This is going to be our storage folder, and this is just like a computer. This is just like using Explorer on a regular Windows machine. And we're going to go to C drive, and then users, and administrator, and then here you can see we have desktop, documents, downloads, and every other kind of folder that you'd want to use. And I'm just going to do a quick example right now of how we move some documents over for you. And so we'll go inside the folder on the cloud storage account, and I'm just going to choose one of these. So we have a file here, and we'll just drag that over, and it works like an FTP program, file protocol transfer. And it's asking you, do you really want to copy this over to this folder? We just say yes, and you saw it working, and now you see it here. Okay, and that's as easy as this works. If you've ever used FTP before, you get what's going on here. If you don't, just follow these instructions. So what we want to do in order to keep our memory clean on this VPS is we want to go into Ranking Factory, and for RFR we use calendars, and we use publish links, and we use sheets. Okay, so what we want to do is go into calendars, and this is something you're going to do once a week. Okay, so I'm going to jump into calendars here and go to saved, and it's going to show you all the calendars that we have saved, and there are a bunch of them, and it's my belief that this is what is slowing these servers down at this point. Okay, so I'm going to open this up a little so we can read this, and this is 10, 19, 21, 9, 4, 21, You can see the date there on the far right. So, or let's see, yeah, and this was 9/28, 9/29, and 9/19. So it's been a while since we've actually gotten anything uploaded on that server, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about getting these things moved off of the server and over to the storage. So we're in RFR document storage right now, and we're going to move over some calendars. So I'm going to create a new folder, and it's going to be calendars. RFR calendars. And then I'm going to put the date, and we're going to do it by the week. Okay? Because we want to be able to go back and download these at any point, and if we have them all in 1 week, then they'll be easy to sort and easy to find. All right, so I'm going to go RFR calendars, and this was 9, that says 9/41. I'm not sure what that means. 10, 19, 21. So let's go in here and take a look. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create this and come back and rename it once I find out what this date is. So we're going to go in here and get this date, and it's not going to give us that. So I tell you what we can do. We're not going to do it by week. We have them by the day. Okay, every day they're created, a date stamp is put on them. So we're just going to move them into, we'll just move them all into RFR calendars, and this is going to make it easy. Okay, so I'm going to choose just a few of them. And so I highlight the first one, hold down the shift key and highlight the next one, and we're going to pull these over here. And that's 8 items, so yes, we're going to pull them over there. And you can see it's doing its job right now, and all of those are over there. Now, it left them here. Okay, let's go make sure that everything's here. There's a calendar, article, and the CSV. So is that everything? Let's double check. Okay, yep, that's everything. So what can we do now? We can delete the first 8. So 1 ton AC unit, 30A, and the last 2 numbers are 252. So there we go, 252. And we'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can delete those because we have them over here now. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a few more so you can see how many I have here, and you pull them over here, and it's 23 items. So it's doing its work. It's moving everything over to the internal storage at Google Drive, and now you can see them there. So, and you can see it left the last one highlighted, 355. Well, no, that was another one, so we'll have to count them. We're going to end in 21, 11, 22, 222. And that's that one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that's it right there. So we can highlight these again. and then delete these, okay, because we've got them over here in storage. Now there'll come a point when we need to come back over here and grab some of these. All right, but we'll get to that in another video. Right now we just want to get a bunch of these moved, and so I am going to grab this many, and you can see we're ending in 322 here. So I'm going to pull this over, or you can move these over by right clicking and click move. That way you don't put them into another folder by mistake. You can just click move those 35, yes, and it's going to do its work. CloudBerry is a very powerful software that helps us move a lot of data all at the same time. And basically it's like an FTP program like FileZilla or another tool of that sort. So you can see that it's still working. So it's going to take no time really, maybe 10-15 minutes for you to move a week's worth of content. So we're looking for what was that? We're looking for 322. And we'll get to 322. That was 35, so there's about 10. There's about 10. And 322 is the one we're looking for. 21, 26, 22, 322. Let's see. O3-22. I'm searching for that. Okay, if you use that function, it may move them over and not leave them here. So we'll clear the results, and that's going to take us right back. So let's count. There were 35, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So if you use the move function, you will see that it goes ahead and deletes them for you. So that's going to be even quicker. So we're 322 was the last one we did. So let's move one at a time and see if it disappears. So 401, we're going to move it over, and we're going to move that one. And you can see that 401 has now disappeared from the left and is over here on the right. So if you use the highlight, right click, move, it's going to delete those for you, so you don't even have to mess with it. Okay, it's doing its job. And this is a much quicker way of removing content from the memory of your VPS. Okay, so and you want to do these in smaller batches, 20 to 30, something like that. If you get a big, long, if you were to highlight all of these and move them over, any little internet glitch or interruption would screw up the process, and I'm not sure what would happen. But the whole point of doing this is that we don't need to lose these. We need to keep these. There's a reason we'll keep these. We're going to use them again, and we have to have these, so it's very important not to lose any. So I'll just do this one more time. We'll right click and use the move function, and you can see it doing its job. All right, and it's that easy. Then what's left is going to pop up over here. So go ahead and get all of those moved over, and once you do that, you'll be able to click back up here and create a new folder called RFR Published Links. Okay, so we will open that folder up. First, I'm going to give it the proper permissions, and you will not have to worry about these permissions. They'll be all set for you. And owner. All right, and we're going to apply that full control and read. Okay, I'm going to click OK and then double check this again. ACL settings, and it's not showing that we can write. I see full control, and we want to have the owners here. We'll apply this again, and all right, let's go in here, and now we're going to go up and go to publish links. That's going to be here. Okay, and here are published links. So I'll go ahead and do these. And you really should be saving these. It looks like they're not getting saved because there's not very many of them. I'm going to go ahead and move these over. When you send or when you see published links pop up, you want to save that, because we can use these links later for a different purpose. Okay, so we've got calendars and we've got published links, and now we need to save sheets. Okay, so we'll go up one over here, and we're going to create a new folder. This will be RFR Sheets. Let's see, yeah, RFR Sheets. Click OK, and I'm going to highlight it and right click, ACL settings. You shouldn't have to do any of this, but authenticated users, project owners, and editors, and this one. Okay, so we'll apply that, and we'll go in here, just double click to get in, and we'll go into Sheets, and we've got projects saved. Okay, it's going to be a bunch of them, and exports. Yep, we got a bunch of those too. We want to get all of this moved over. So we'll start with exports. So we're in RFR Sheets. We're going to create a new folder. that's going to be exports. All right. And I'm going to give it the ACL settings. Now again, you're not going to have to mess with creating buckets or folders. You're just going to move things over because I'm doing everything for you right now for the setup. I'm doing everything except moving all of these over. So we'll highlight those and we'll move them. And you can see 142 is the last one and 220 is the next. Okay, so there's 220 and there's 142. All right, so just repeat the process in groups of 20 to 30. So for the purposes of the demonstration, I'm not going to do them all. I'm going to go back up. Okay, so those were the exports. So we're going to go back up over here and we're going to create a file or folder for projects. Okay, and I'm going to set the ACL settings. And we're just double checking, full. Owners, apply all subfolders and files. Okay, now we'll go into projects, then we'll go into projects on the VPS, saved. All right, and so we highlight, the last one is 3 of 04 and then 47. So we'll move these. Give it a minute to do its job. Okay, so there's 3 of 04 and here's 47. So again, just do them in batches of 20 to 30. And this is, you'll have high speed, very high speed data migration. And so sheets is all sheets, published links, and calendars. Those are the ones that you want to move over every week. And since they've already got a date on them, we don't need to date them. We'll just move them. We'll move them into these upper level folders. And you've got calendars, published links, and sheets here. So that's the extent of it. And all you have to do is double click the shortcut on the desktop to get CloudBerry for Google Storage up and ready to go. Then you make sure this is on my computer and you come to Ranking Factory. You navigate all the way to Ranking Factory, and then this will also show up as my computer, and then you just navigate to the account where we're going to store everything, just like that. And then do your calendars, published links, and RFR sheets. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to Skype me and we'll help you get going.